So they really don't know. Have any questions I can answer? All right. So stand if you're able to. Let's do some Tai Chi. Remember, if you start feeling bad or something like that, it's okay to sit down and relax. Um, don't We're not here to push ourselves. We're here to help ourselves. All right. So right hand, fist, power. Left hand, fingers together. Friendship, tucking in the thumb. Staying humble. Fist into the palm. Welcome. Good to see everyone. I was watching a talk show last night, and a gentleman did this bow. So it was kind of fun. All right. Standing in the Wuji position, feet shoulder hip distance apart. Nice gentle bend to the knees, tucking in. Here you go. This is going to be your best bet. Oh, should I have fun or just him? Oh, okay, good, good, good. Okay, we have permission to have fun, so there you go. You can sit right in that chair right there. There you go. Yep, yep, has your name on it. All right, so Wuji position, feet shoulder hip distance apart. Learn how to talk. Edit that out, Kim. Nice gentle bend in the knees, tucking in the tailbone, head lifted by the silk thread. We're going to breathe from the belly, all right? Inhale the hands up, and exhale, relax the hands down. Thank you. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Nice and slow. Push the hands in front of us next. Inhale to the heart, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale. Keep the shoulders soft. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Pause for just a second. Why don't you have a seat? Yes, we'll get you a chair right here. Okay, so let's do this. Until then, why don't you have a seat here? Have a seat here. We'll put a chair to either side of you. We'll be here in just. Amanda will be here in just a moment. All right. Arms in front of us, because that's where I remember we were. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Yes, over. Jagan, we'll have you over here. We'll have you right where she is standing right now, right? Right? Yeah, there you go. Awesome. And we'll put another chair to the other side and give that young lady a chair. And thank you for your help. Arms in front of us. Thank you. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Thank you. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Multitasking. It's so much fun. Arms over the head next. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Pushing down on the feet, up on the hands. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms to the side. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale and exhale the hands down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Keep the shoulders soft. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Next, going to give a big hug. Inhale the arms up. Keep inhaling the arms open. Exhale, pushing the hands together. Keep exhaling as you float the hands down. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Arms in the diagonals as the excitement continues to build. Inhale to the heart. Left hand up, right hand down. Exhale. Inhale to the heart. Right hand up, left hand down. Exhale. Inhale and exhale, nice and slow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, nice and slow, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Gonna flap the arms like bird wings. Big, deep belly breath in, and then long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. Make sure you have a nice gentle bend in those knees. Inhale and exhale. And lastly, my favorite, gathering chi. Big, deep belly breath in, and long, slow breath out. Bringing the hands right down the center line. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And there you go. That's our deep breathing exercises. All right, go ahead. Shake those legs loose. I'm going to get a drink of water. I suggest you do the same. So, try and work during the week when you're not at Tai Chi, but you're constantly thinking about it because it's so much fun, right? Thank you very much. So practice standing in this Wuji position, all right? A lot of times we'll find ourselves standing like, all of our weight, throwing the hips out, and then we have back problems. Try and stand in this Wuji position, keeping those knees bent so it's nice and soft. I find myself just every so often kind of bending the knees, make sure I'm feeling solid with the ground, make sure my ankles are nice and flexible, make sure I'm feeling solid with the ground. But just remind yourself, because especially in times of stress, a lot of times we like lift and lock those knees out or shift all the way to one side. This is a very, very healthy way to stand. And I heard some people mentioning about back issues. It sometimes will help the back issues because it takes the pressure off of your skeletal system. All right. So just something that might be able to help you. It's also a good way to work on your posture. So as you're standing here, imagine your head is lifted by that silk thread. So you have good straight body posture in this direction and also good straight body posture in this direction. Okay? Yes. All right. So moving on, warm-up exercises. Ironically, from the Wuji position, we're going to start with the chin tuck. Floating the hands up, shoulder height. Now, keep that chin level, tucking the hands into the chest, tucking in the chin. Keep looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin down to the chest without leaning forward. 2 more times, going to float the hands up in front of us, shoulder height. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin down to the chest. One more time, floating the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, keep looking straight ahead, keep that chin level, good job. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin to the chest without leaning forward. Beautiful. Next neck exercise, we're going to look side to side. Make sure you're turning your neck. Do not force your neck. Never, never, never force your neck, but turn whatever your range of motion is from side to side, okay? Prayer hand position, Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Watching the left hand going over the left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. Turn that neck, feel the stretch, and come back to center. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Watching the right hand going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And we come back to center. Pause for just a second. Relax the hands down. So when you're doing this exercise, make sure as you're turning your head, you're keeping your head is directly over your shoulders. So I'm not leaning to one side and leaning to the other side, but I'm turning the head. It's very similar if you're driving and you're turning to check your blind spot and check your other blind spot. It's kind of the same thing. So I'm not leaning or not leaning, not shifting weight. I'm just gently turning the head one side to the other, all right? Thank you. Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, right hand's on top. Watching the left hand going over the left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. Turn that neck. And we come back to center. Left hand is on top. Right hand, right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. Try and keep that upper body straight. Coming back to center. Right hand's on top. Left hand, left shoulder. Make sure you're turning the neck, looking over your shoulder. And then we come back to center. Left hand is on top. Watching the right hand going over the right shoulder. Keep the upper body straight. Just turn the neck. And we come back to center. One more time because we're having so much fun. Make sure that you are turning your neck, all right? So right hand is on top. I'm looking over my left shoulder, so turning the neck, looking over the left shoulder, and gently bring that left hand with you. And then we come back to center. Now looking over the right shoulder and bringing that right hand with you. And we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Make sure you're keeping your body posture nice and straight. You're not leaning, all right? All right, forward shoulder circles next. Shoulders back, then up, then forward without leaning forward and down. Back, up, forward, and down. One more time, shoulders back, and then up, then forward without leaning forward and down. Beautiful. Make sure you keep that waist still so you're not leaning, all right? Bringing the shoulders forward, then up, then back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Awesome sauce. All right. Moving on, gathering chi, gently reaching for infinity. This can sometimes help with that rigidity you sometimes feel with Parkinson's. So imagine someone is very gently pulling on your wrist and you're opening the body, opening the chest, all right? Gently reaching out, reaching up, And relax the hands down. Again, gently reaching out, reaching up. It's okay to smile. And relax the hands down. Or apparently it isn't. One more time, gently reaching out, reaching up. And relax the hands down. Beautiful. Touching heaven and earth. Now we're lifting that head by that silk thread. This is a good way to live your day. Work throughout the day doing this, lifting that head by that silk thread. It's going to help your posture, all right? Therefore, helping your balance, okay? So, from prayer hand position, left hand up, right hand down, stretching the spine. And we come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And come back to center, nice and slow. Left up, right down, floating the head gently towards the ceiling. And we come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center. One more time. Left hand up, right hand down, floating the head gently towards the ceiling. And we come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center, come back to prayer hands, relax the hands down. Awesome. Carrying the ball side to side, not moving the hips, turning the upper body from the left to the right without moving the hips, all right? Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Left hand's on top, gently turning to the left. Feel that nice stretch. Don't force anything, nice and gentle. Turning the ball over, right hand's on top, and then gently turn to the right. Stay on the right side, turning the ball over, left hand's on top. Think about where your elbow is, gently turning to the left. Stay on the left side as you turn the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn to the right. Stay on the right side, turning the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turn to the left. Turning the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn to the right. Let's do that one more time. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turn to the left. And then we turn the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn to the right. And we turn the ball over, we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Awesome. So one more exercise, then we'll sit and do a few exercises. But on that last exercise, try and carry your elbow so it's just below your shoulder, all right? Some people are holding their elbow down here, and it doesn't take as many muscles to do this as it does this. This will also activate your back muscles, all right? So again, a couple people were talking about back issues. So carrying the elbow up here kind of activates those back muscles, all right? All right, so leg strengthening exercise. Let me get a drink here really fast. All right, so concentrate on keeping your knee bent, keeping the body straight, all right? So make sure that you're not leaning out, make sure you're not pronating the hip out. Keep that body nice and straight. Use the chair, all right? It's gonna help you balance yourself. So make sure you use the chair and help yourself out, all right? Got a chair to either side of you. Make sure that you're holding on to that chair as you're doing this exercise, all right? Want everyone to be safe. As we were talking about earlier, fall is a season, not something that we do, all right? And we got a long ways off for fall, okay? So from the Wuji position, using the chair if you need to, shifting the weight to the left, bending the left knee, right foot, cat stance. Keep all your weight on the left. Tapping the right toe to the front of us, keeping all the weight left, and back to cat stance. Tapping the right toe to the side, empty, to the side, and cat stance. And now tapping the right toe behind us. Keep plenty of space between the feet. Keep plenty of space between those feet. Awesome. Cat stance. And then back to Wu Ji. Weight 50-50. I'm going to do the same thing the other side because it's so much fun. There you go. Weight shift to the right. Bend in the right knee, left foot, cat. Keep that upper body straight. Tapping left toe to the front, empty. And cat stance. Keeping all your weight right. Tapping left toe to the side, empty. And cat stance. All the weight's right. Tapping left toe behind us, empty. Plenty of space between the feet. Make sure you're keeping plenty of space between the feet as you do this. And cat stance. And then back to Wu Ji. Awesome. Isn't that fun? That's a really good exercise. Helps you build leg strength. Helps you work on balance, all right? One thing I will recommend is when you're doing that exercise, when I say touch your toe to the front, side, or rear, don't just slide your foot back, out, and back. You try to step out and step back. Step to the side, step in, all right? Want to get in the habit of lifting our knees when we move, all right? So, all right, questions about that? All right, have a seat. Let's do a few seated exercises. So, I got to tell you guys, it's your lucky day. Because one of my students gave me a couple of dad jokes. And she gave them to me like this, and she had one circled. It was like, oh, a couple dad jokes, thank you. And then I turned it over and it was like, there's a third dad joke. I told the one class a couple dad jokes until I found the third one, but I didn't realize there's a whole page of them. So when does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. I put my grandmother on speed dial. I call it Instagram. To the thief who stole my glasses, I will find you. I have contacts. Nothing tops a plain pizza. My son said he didn't understand clothing. I told him that makes two of us. Someone stole my coffee mug. I'm headed to the police station to look at mug shots. There you go. And then finally, they said to follow your dreams. So I went back to bed. There you go. Yeah, exactly. See, there's some good stuff in those dad jokes. All right, sitting up, nice and straight and tall. Sit up on the edge of the chair. Try to not use the back of the chair. Feet flat on the floor, knee directly over the ankle. Kind of rock forward on your pelvic bone. Head lifted by the silk thread. So good straight body posture in this direction, and also good straight body posture in this direction. All right. Again, going back to the back issues, this can help some of your back issues. Just trying to sit like this can sometimes help some of those back issues. And in fact, he's not here today. The gentleman that asked all the questions, Alan.
Welcome back.
He told me one time, so I mentioned that in class, it's sitting up straight that helps back issues. And he thought, I'm having back issues, I might as well try that. Doesn't cost anything, right? He came back the next week and was like, hey, that really worked. He said, I didn't believe that it would actually work, but it does. He said, I tried to sit like that all last week and my back started feeling better. So you can't sit like this for very long. Sit, because your muscles get tired. But practice a little bit every day, and it gets a little bit longer over the weeks and months. All right. All right. So sitting like this, let's do our hip exercise. So I'm going to turn to the right-hand side of the chair. Concentrate on your legs, all right? Don't worry about the hands. Concentrate on the legs first, then add the hands. So from prayer hand position, gently pushing against the imaginary right wall, opening up the left leg, keeping the knee above the ankle. And then we come back to center. Keep that upper body straight, pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg. Make sure that you're not leaning when you do this. And we come back to center. One more time, pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg, keep the knee above the ankle. And we come back to center. Relax the hands down. Shift to the other side of the chair, to the left side of the chair. Same thing, other side. Prayer hand position, gently pushing against the left, opening up the right leg. Concentrate on what you're doing with the legs first. And we come back to center. Pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg, feeling the nice stretch. And we come back to center. Pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg, keeping the knee above the ankle. And we come back to center and relax the hands down. Turn back to center and shake those legs loose. Good job. Next movement, we're going to do 2 motions with our leg. This is the second hip exercise. We're going to lift our knee up, pulling the knee up to the chest, not using my hands, keeping your back and body straight. Second movement, you're going to push the foot down like you're trying to drive your foot through the floor. All right? Again, keeping the body straight. It will help you if you think as you're lifting the leg, kind of lift the head a little bit. That will help you keep your back straight. Okay? All right. Starting with the left leg. Lifting the left leg up, hands behind us, back and body stay straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, push, push. And relax. Lifting the left leg up, hands are behind us, keeping the back and the body straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, push, push. And relax. One more time, lifting the left leg up, hands are behind us, keep the back and the body straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, trying to drive that left foot through the floor hard as you can. And relax. Awesome. Same thing, other side, lifting the right leg up. Hands are behind us. Keep the back and the body straight. Make sure you're not leaning back. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, push, push. And relax. Lifting the right leg up, hands are behind us. Keep the back and the body straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, push, push. And relax. One more time. Lifting the right leg up, hands are behind us. Keep the back and the body straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, push, push. And relax. And shake those legs loose. Awesome. All right. Questions about that? All right. Moving along. Heel kick. 4 motions with the leg. We're going to lift the leg up, kick the leg out. Lift the leg back up, and then float the foot to the ground. So while we're doing this, we're keeping our body straight, keeping our back straight. If you're able to punch out the opposite hand, go ahead and do that, all right? Work first on the legs. Get the legs correct, then worry about what you do with the hands, okay? So we're going to do 4 heel kicks. Remember, we're pushing out on the heel so the toe is up, all right? Also, If you're having back problems, sometimes lifting the leg up and then doing a low kick, almost to where your heel is touching the ground, and then lifting the leg and setting the foot down. Sometimes that's less strain on the lower back, and kicking straight out, you can do a low kick. Okay? All right. Hands loosely gripped at the belt line. We're going to start with the left leg. Lifting the left leg up, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg and then floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, let it hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, let it hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out the left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Beautiful. Pause for just a second. Make sure you're doing this 3 distinct moves. First move is lifting the knee. Second move is kicking out. Third move is lifting that knee back up. And then fourth is floating the foot to the ground. All right? Just kicking the foot out like this is not as effective. All right? The real power of this exercise is lifting that knee. Okay? Thank you. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. Picking up that left leg, heel kick left, punch out right fist. Pick up that left leg, pause there, and then float the foot to the ground. Well done. Pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, pause there, and float the foot to the ground. Awesome. One more time. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. And then picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Good job. Awesome. Let me get a drink of water. All right. By the way, do we have any vets in this room? Awesome. Thank you for your service. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you for your service. Any spouses of vets? Awesome. Thanks. Thanks. Spouses of vets don't have it very easy either. Happy Memorial Day to all of you. Thank you for, my father fought, I believe I discussed before, father fought in World War II. I had one of my students, she was cleaning out her garage. Her brother had fought in World War II. He was a co-pilot or a bombardier in World War II, and he actually lost his life in the war. The plane above him got shot down, and that plane ran into his plane. But she found his intact footlocker with all of his letters home and everything, just like last year. She was cleaning out her garage and came across his intact footlocker. Really amazing. What a find, right? All right, so moving along. Toe kick. Same thing we just did, except now pointing the toe forward as we kick. Everything else is still the same, okay? So hands loosely gripped at the belt line. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up that left leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, let it hover there, float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. And then picking up the right leg, let it hover, float the foot to the ground. Beautiful. We're going to do that 2 more times. Let me recommend, after you get done with the kick, as you come back to this position, hold this position for like the count of 1 or the count of 2, and then float your foot to the ground. All right? You don't have to cry. Oh, Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, hold that for the count of 2, and float the foot to the ground. Awesome. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Bringing back that right foot, hold that for a count of 2, and then float the foot to the ground. Beautiful. One more time. Keep that body nice and straight. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist. Picking up that left leg, hold that for a count of 2, float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out the left fist. And then picking up that right leg, holding it, count of 2, and then float the foot to the ground. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. All right, questions about those exercises? Heel kick exercise, really, really good exercise to do every day. It's not that tough. 3 times a day, 3 reps each time. Schedule it around breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Easy peasy. Just push back from the table, do a couple of heel kicks. Your legs will get stronger over time, all right? It's a good way to make a habit up, all right? All right, so let's stand if you're able. Let's do our ankle exercises next. So when we do this, make sure that you're using your chair, all right? Want everyone to be safe, okay? So weight shift to the right, bend in the right knee, left foot, touch heel, and then toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Don't move the leg, move the ankle. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and toe. Then shift all your weight to the left, keeping a bend in the left knee. Right foot, touch heel and toe. Heel and toe. Don't look at your feet, look straight ahead. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Get all the weight on the left. Heel, toe, heel, and toe. And then come back to center. Word of advice on that exercise, make sure you're shifting all your weight to one side. We're exercising that leg, learning to balance on that leg, and that allows you to truly tap your toe, all right? So make sure that you don't keep your heel on the ground like you're tapping your foot to good music. Instead, you want to touch the heel, and when you touch the toe, you're lifting the heel up off the ground, okay? We want to promote flexibility of the ankle, all right? Ankle strength, ankle flexibility, big thing, okay? Second ankle exercise, weight shifts to the right, left foot, touch little toe, and then big toe. Outside and inside. It's important to keep all your weight on the right. Little toe, big toe, outside and inside. Then shift all your weight to the left. Make sure all the weight's on the left. Right foot, little toe, and big toe. I'm not here. Little toe, big toe, outside, inside, little toe, and big toe. And come back to center. Awesome. Any questions about those warm-up exercises? If you really want to do a really good workout, do those exercises every day, right? And maybe you only know 6 of the 12, maybe you only know 2 of the 12. Doesn't matter how many you know, do what you know, right? You're going to learn a little bit every time. That's a really good overall body workout, okay? All right, so moving along, forward and backward hip exercise, really good balance exercise. So we're touching the heel in front of us. We're going to touch the toe behind us, all right? So when we're first starting out, keep the heel and toe in close. As you get better, you'll be able to extend back further, all right? But start out nice and close. From this perspective, keep your body nice and straight. So as I touch heel, touch toe, I'm not moving the upper body. So you don't want to be doing this type of thing, okay? From this, bless you, from this perspective, As you touch that toe back, make sure you leave plenty of space between your feet. Do not get out of the habit of doing this or this, all right? And then finally, as you transition between heel and toe, don't just swing the leg back and forth, but lift the knee and touch the toe. Lift the knee and touch the heel. That's going to take balance, so make sure you're holding onto your chair when you do that. All right? Stay safe. Hold on to your chair. All right? All right. Any questions? All right, let's have some fun. Weight shifts to the right, bending the right knee. Get all the weight on the right, using your chair. Empty left heel, hands behind us, or using the chair. And then you lifting the knee as you transition, empty left toe, hands in front of us. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. Use that chair. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. Keep plenty of space between the feet. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. Try and keep all your weight right. And then we come back to center. Shifting all the weight left. Concentrate, keeping all the weight on the left. Empty right heel, hands behind us or using the chair. Lifting the knee, empty right toe, hands in front of us. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. One more time, we're lifting the knee, empty on the heel. And lifting the knee, empty on the toe. And we come back to center. Awesome. That's a really good balance exercise. Everybody has a kitchen, right? So hold on to that kitchen counter, do that empty heel and empty toe, and then turn around, hold on to the kitchen counter, empty heel, empty toe. Really simple to do. All right? Bow stance, stepping out empty. If he didn't answer, nobody's saying anything but him. So yeah. And that's between sneezing. He's doing that. So that's pretty amazing. All right, so next exercise, we're going to build off the last exercise. So where you're touching the heel down empty, now you're going to put the whole foot down, but it is empty. There is no weight on the front foot. All my weight is on the back foot, all right? Then I'm going to shift my weight. I'm not going to move the feet. I'm just shifting the weight. So 70%, 30%. I'm keeping the back heel down. And then again, I'd shift my weight, not moving the feet. I just shift my weight, all the weight onto the back foot once again. And then I come back to center and center my weight 50-50. Okay? So we're just progressing off that last one. We're not going to do the hands yet. Let's make sure we have the feet. Make sure you're standing in the Wuji position. Look down at your feet. You should have at least 2 fist distance between your feet. All right? When we stand like this, we make ourselves into a fall risk. When we stand like this, we're much more stable. All right? All right. Thank you. Weight shifts got so used to hearing it. Weight shift to the right, bending the right knee, stepping out empty with the left foot. Now I shift 70% of the weight to the left, keeping 30% on the right. Use the chair if you need to. Shifting the weight back, I'm not moving the feet. All my weight's on the right, and then I come back to center. Same thing, other side. Shift all my weight left, stepping out empty right. I still have all my weight on the left. Then I shift 70% to the right, keeping 30% on the left. I haven't moved my feet yet. Then I shift my weight back, still have not moved my feet. All my weight's on the left at this point, and then I come back to center. Let's do that again. Shifting all my weight to the right, stepping out empty left foot. Now, don't move the feet, just shift the weight, 70%, 30%. Not leaning, keep that upper body straight. Not moving the feet, just shifting the weight back. All the weight's back on that right foot, and then I come back to center. Other side, weight shifts to the left. All my weight's on left. Stepping out, empty right foot. No weight on the right. Now, don't move the feet, just shift the weight. 70% right, 30% left. Shifting the weight back. I haven't moved the feet yet. And then I come back to center. Awesome. So we're going to add the hands. You don't have to do the hands. Make sure you feel comfortable doing the feet before you add the hands, all right? Hands loosely gripped at the belt line. Weight shifts to the right. Stepping out empty. Left foot. Shifting weight left. Punching right. I'm glad I pronounced that right. Weight shifts back and come back to center. Other side, weight shifts to the left, stepping out empty right. All my weight is on the left foot at this point. And then 70% of the weight goes right, punching out left fist, opposite hand. Shifting the weight back, all the weight's on that left foot. I haven't moved my feet yet. And then I come back to center, nice and slow. Weight shifts to the right, stepping out empty, left foot. Make sure you have plenty of space between your feet at this point. Shifting left, punching right, bringing the weight forward onto that left leg. Shifting weight back and come back to center. Other side, shifting weight left, stepping out empty right. Shifting right, punching left, bring the weight forward to that right leg. Shift your weight forward to the right leg. And then weight shifts back and come back to center. Awesome. All right. So when you're doing that exercise, even like if you're looking at it from the side, as I start, all my weight's on the back leg, and then I shift my weight forward. I use my hips to shift my weight. So I keep the body nice and straight. So make sure you're not leaning, all right? Then you shift the weight back, haven't moved the feet yet, and then come back to center. Okay? All right. One more thing. I'm going to borrow your cane, okay? So it might help you if you think of your body like this cane. So from the pelvic floor to the top of my head, think about this cane. As you go through your life and go through your daily routines, you try and keep your body nice and straight like this, because that's really easy to do, right? So you're not leaning like this, you're not leaning like this. Because if I lean the cane and I try and come back too straight, can't do it, right? It's a lot easier to keep the body straight like this. It's a lot easier to keep that balance, all right? So think of your body in this perspective, but also this perspective. So you're not leaning forward, but keep the body nice and straight. It's going to, as my mother would say, behoove you. I have no idea what a behoove means, but my mom used to say that to me all the time. All right? All right, cool down exercises. Lightly punch inside of the arm and outside of the arm. Inside of the other arm and outside of the arm. Onto the tailbone. Lightly punch or slap the tailbone. It's good for the prostate, good for circulating the spinal fluid. And lightly punching or slapping the legs. I had a smart aleck, sorry, I apologize. A smart aleck, edit that, Kim. A smart aleck female come up and said, why do I have to punch my tailbone? I don't have a prostate. And I said, well, you've never had any problem with your prostate, right? So she's like, right. So that's why you do it. Okay, I thought that was funny. That landed flat. All right, tighten up all the muscles in the body and relax. Tighten up the muscles and relax. Now I know how Johnny Carson felt on a bad night. Tighten up all the muscles and relax. And gather chi. Big deep belly breath in and relax the hands down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. All right. So I will be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We do a full hour, end up the day with meditation on Friday. So should be there for that. All right. Jen is here next. She starts at straight up noon doing kickboxing. Please exit out this door, and everybody, if you would, please exit so they can get the chairs out, and then just walk around and enter back in on that door. All right. Have yourselves a great week. Have a